The infamous Tuskegee Experiments. The Tuskegee Experiments were a study conducted on the effects of syphilis in the human body, specifically African American males. The study took place in Macon County, Alabama, and the experiments took place at the Tuskegee Institute, which was founded by Booker T. Washington. The volunteers were told by the U.S. government that they would receive treatment for what was called back then bad blood. But the subjects never received treatment, and the doctors only had interest in studying syphilis in their dead bodies. And in 1947, when penicillin was proven to be a cure for syphilis, the volunteers were denied treatment by the U.S. government. Instead, they were injected with a compound of mercury, arsenic, and bismuth, and was subject to spinal taps and blood testing. There were 600 men in the initial study, and they were never actually told that they had syphilis or not. The Tuskegee Experiments were conducted for 40 years between the years of 1932 and 1972. The experiment was the brainchild of Tolliver Clark, who worked for the U.S. Public Health Service. It was his idea to lie to the volunteers and also to deny them treatment for 40 years. He was quoted saying, "These Negroes are very, very ignorant and are easily influenced by things that would be of minor significance to a more intellectual group." At the end of the experiment, charges were brought up against the U.S. government. Led by civil rights attorney Fred Gray, charges of abuse of power, immoral medicine, and racism against disfranchised people were brought against the U.S. government. It was settled out of court, and the survivors finally received treatment and $40,000 apiece. 28 of the men died directly from syphilis, 40 wives contracted syphilis, and 19 descendants were born with syphilis. Know your history.
So today, America does remember the hundreds of men used in research without their knowledge and consent. We remember them and their family members. Men who were poor and African American, without resources and with few alternatives. They believed they had found hope when they were offered free medical care by the United States Public Health Service. They were betrayed. Medical people are supposed to help when we need care, but even once a cure was discovered, they were denied help, and they were lied to by their government. Our government is supposed to protect the rights of its citizens. Their rights were trampled upon. 40 years, hundreds of men betrayed, along with their wives and children, along with the community in Macon County, Alabama, the city of Tuskegee, the fine university there, and the larger African American community. The United States government did something that was wrong, deeply, profoundly, morally wrong. It was an outrage to our commitment to integrity and equality for all our citizens. To the survivors, to the wives and family members, the children and the grandchildren, I say what you know. No power on earth can give you back the lives lost, the pain suffered, the years of internal torment and anguish. What was done cannot be undone, but we can end the silence. We can stop turning our heads away. We can look at you in the eye and finally say, on behalf of the American people, what the United States government did was shameful, and I am sorry.